Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Virtual Racers Club. And we've got something a little special for you here today with the launch of the new Mazda3 Group 4 car, in the GT7. We thought we would take them out for a spin, try them out, see how they race, kick the wheels a little bit. So yes, here we are, a VRC Presents the Mazda3 Cup. Welcome one and all to Tokyo Expressway. It's one of them. Could be south inner up or down loop, or it could be east wing testing up and down loop. It could be all of them put together. I don't know. It's a street race in the Mazda3 Group 4. Let's have a look at the grid. They have qualified. And Koi Cup in the chat saying, good evening, my good sir. Why, hello, Sir Koi of Carpness. Welcome to the stream. And the Warbangers in, saying, evening thing. Well, hello, Mr. Harvey. Let's have a look at this grid then, shall we? I think it's soft tyres. I think it's the sprint race format. I think, because I don't know. Prepare for madness, Harvey says, so that's something to look forward to. But yeah, I don't think there's any tyre wear. I don't think there's any fuel depletion. It is just a goddamn street race around Tokyo Expressway, going swiftly in some very fast Mazdas. Now, we have recently featured the Mazda 3 in The Car is the Star, and I think it's a very good drive. It's lovely. So let's see how these guys handle them. Okay, so the grid looks like this. We have the Binko, and apparently a solid internet from Sir Binks of Binky Lots. So we'll see. He's not going to be so much blinky tonight as he's going to be fasto. I don't know. Second on the grid, we have Talleyrand's car 20 there, looking very dynamic. Nice. He's going for I don't want to make him... No, because he's got his own... He had like a negative version of the Toyota Supra in Grand Valley 300. It looks like he's got like a negative version of the Mazda. So, yeah, Talleyrand's going through a phase at the moment of doing the same liveries, but in different colours. It's nice. I like it. He always does the best, does Talleyrand. He's one of the best livery makers. Next up, we have Sky La La. Ooh la 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 la, it's Sky La 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 La. He's third in his recognisable matte black and green monster livery. And that is one scary looking Mazda, I tell you. Fourth, you may recognise this one. We featured that livery in The Car is the Star. It's Koi Cup in the Toyo Mazda team. And he looks absolutely cracking and shiny all at the same time. Hello, Koi. And he's up for this one. Fourth on the grid. Looking like he's going to kick up some dust and kick some butts. Then we have Crazy Bazza in fifth place. Oh, man, these cars, just for a one-off race, you guys have gone beyond what I would say is what is necessary. And I just don't know, the effort that these guys put in when they make their liveries. They go all out. And Bazza usually is up there, really is. We went through a phase with the Baz that we were just looking like a same livery. He got himself a nice livery that he was sticking to. But it seems like later in the year, as he's gone for his own styles and lots of varied liveries from Bazza. And I think it's great. Koi saying, personally, I really enjoyed this event. So there you go. And Skyjacker saying, oh, good evening, sir. Hi, Skyjacker. So, yeah, that's the Bazza's car. I think we've seen enough. I think it's that's all you need to see, really. So, 6th on the grid, we have Harvey in a Jack Daniels Challenger. Look at that. And I do believe that was with the help of Koi Cup. So, Koi Cup brandishing 2 liveries. Oh, look, the wood effect is amazing. That's fantastic. Fantastic. Car number 11, Harvey. Still relatively new. Look, he's got a little wood effect on that bonnet as well. That is a nice... Oh, yeah, I might get my Gentleman Jack down from the top shelf and have a little slurp, but I want to do some more car stars tonight, so possibly not. It's my new obsession, the Nürburgring, Nordschleife. And the halves saying, same muddy, great fun race, and Muddy Use Koi saying, wood effect to me, took me ages. Wood effects took me ages. Yeah, I can imagine. Did you just download that? No? Brilliant. Beautiful stuff. Right then. Yeah, we're getting carried away here. And in 7th is Biggest Adonis. He has a wife, you know. Incontinent. So the rich energy appearing for the numerous time. Man alive, that has got to be one fruitful sponsorship deal. And he has mastered it, hasn't he? He's mastered the livery, has Big Dan. I bet he can do it in like seconds now. Doesn't even have to give it a thought. Sweet stuff then from 7th of a Biggest Adonis. A Pringles Delight here from the Flashman. Hey, we can't get rid of him now, and it's beautiful. I love it. Never go away, Flashman. And that is a damn fine looking car. Great sponsorship on the Mazda 29. 9th place is Silver Star. And I heard a rumour, I think the setup on his wheel or something may have been wrong. Look, he's advertising the DD Pro, but it's been his thorn in his side. Maybe that's what he's trying to tell us with that on the side of his car, that the Fanatec DD Pro has been the thorn in the side of our man. Where did you get that? I tried searching for that livery board, the one with no name, and I couldn't find it. Where have you found that, you little crazy mother, son of a gun? I like that board, and I can never find it. I've got all named ones. So yeah, Silver Star 9th, and Lucozade. Do you actually like Lucozade? It's like something you drink when you're ill. Anyway, so that's the grid. Shall we get on with it? I've been taking too long, as usual. So it's going to be a 15-minute race. It looks like. It doesn't look like it's got a lap counter up there. Binks is on the pole position, ready to take names and kick butts. We're waiting for the lights in these absolute cracking little motors, and it's a go here at Tokyo Expressway, and Talleyrand with a reasonable start against the Binks, but the Binks still holding on to that lead. Skyjacker there in 3rd, not much shuffling throughout the pack, but it's virtually a straight line. Talleyrand does whip around though, and Binko doing a small lift and giving Talleyrand, he just balls it in there, full throttle, didn't lift, and the Binks loses out. Skyjacker still in 3rd spot, with Koi being battled by the Baz. They're side by side all the way around the streets here of Tokyo, and behind them we've got all sorts of craziness going on down into the hairpin. Oh, it's just a tight corner, not a hairpin. We've got someone in the wall. It's Skyjacker. Skyjacker has found himself in the wall, and the halves is up against Silver Star. Oh my God, there's someone on the inside. That must be a redress. It must be Bazza. Bazza possibly redressing with Skyjacker as we're sat on board Flashman. Talleyrand still leads, and Koi Kart now up and into 2nd as Flashman looks for the inside line against Silver Star, but Silver Star is keeping it real, bruv. And there's Skyjacker then getting redressed by the Baz. I don't know, we haven't got time to watch them all. Come on, we got to get on with things. Talleyrand then leads. Koi Cup a great 2nd spot. Binko losing. Oh, he's on hard tyres. I thought it was just softs. I think the Binks has made a mistake there and stayed on the hards. So I'm pretty sure it's just soft tyres. I'm surprised it wasn't just fixed 2 softs and allowed him to enter. But Talleyrand then, Koi Cup and the Bink on the hard tyres, fighting his way. Big Dan on the softs as well. Flashman there on the softs. Harves is on the softs with Skyjacker soft tyres. Excuse me, the Mazda soft. And Silverstar now having issues and small damage. We've not even completed one lap yet, boys. Come on, keep it together. Talleyrand then is whipping away, but Koikap is keeping contact with him. Big Dan's caught up the hard-tired, laden Mazda 3 by the Binks. He's sorted out his internet, and now he's put the wrong tyres on. This is crazy stuff. Oh, has he done it on purpose? Because he's so OP, he's so alien, that he needed it as a slow me down. But the hard tyres not working well for him at the moment, losing 2 positions, 3 positions, as he has a little tap with a little negotiation with the barrier, and that's Binko down and into 4th place. Flashman is up into 5th. Watch him go. Look at him fly. He's got some damage though, and Harvey under pressure from Skyjacker there. Skyjacker getting the inside line as they go towards the underpass. And back up out the other side is Cohen, hurtling down to a very tight corner. Skyjacker's later on the brakes. He's going to get onto the apex. No, Harves comes through and Harves shows him the way. But Skyjacker looks like he's got the better part, second part of the corner. And it's Skyjacker that takes the position away from the Harvemeister. Flashman, meanwhile, trying to get a great make a great getaway from the fight of Skyjacker and Harves. The Bazza's caught up in the action too. And Silverstar woeing his woes with his DD Pro. No, not Logitech. Maybe you should get a Logitech. Logitechs are cool. Ooh. And Koikap saying just put a black layer over the top. And Ensign saying looking forward to this. I thought you might have liked it because I saw you've shared the videos, and you don't often see that Ensign shares the videos. So I was like, ooh, Big Dan. Biggest Daneth had a greatest race. So I'm expecting a Big Dan, no spoilers, but I've got a feeling. I've got a feeling Dan's in for a good race somewhere along the way in this evening's entertainment. Talleyrand then, he cannot shake off Koi keeping with him all the way. And these two have broken away from the rest of the crowd, and it looks like it's a duke out between these two. We are nearly we're over 4 minutes into the race. We're on lap 2, just about to start lap 3 possibly, and Koikap the fastest, the fastest man on track at the moment, and he is really getting into the car at the moment, working it hard as he chases down Talleyrand. Big Dan just behind him. How's he getting on? He's not that far behind. It's something interesting to see. The Binks in the chat saying, evening thingy, the game loaded me on hards after quali and didn't realise till the last lap. And you think, why is everyone going past me on the straight? So Talleyrand leads with Koikap in 2nd, Big Dan in 3rd. The Binks on the hard tyres, but still maintaining 4th place, which is great. Flashman is ahead of Skyjacker, but it must be a concern. Big Dan saying, Koi asked me to share them. No, that's fair enough. It's because I asked the admin room someone to save and share, so we could have this delight. I really like Flashman's livery, I've got to say. I love that Pringles thing. It's great. Once you pop, can't stop. But Skyjacker is reeling him in with a couple of purples at the moment. And these Mazdas are absolutely on it. Look at them flying. Bazza there is not that far behind the Skyjacker as well. He can see the battle. Skyjacker closes in with Flashman. Bazza has got every opportunity to close in on the pair of them. So this is where the battle commences. Big Dan slipped behind Binks. Big Dan's picked up some problem somewhere and he's dropped back. So Binko back up and into 3rd. Koikap still chasing down Talleyrand. He's getting closer, you see. He's getting closer. Talleyrand playing it. There is tyre wear, so I apologise. I didn't think there was any tyre wear in this one. And Ensign saying, anyhow, hope we get a full season of these. And the KTMs. Why? When we done the KTMs? We haven't done no KTMs, have we? Did we do a KTM race? I've missed that. Talleyrand then, fastest man on track as he starts the lap 4. And yes, my mistake, there is tyre wear. And Koi has picked up a small bit of damage there. So that's giving Talleyrand an easy run. I tell you what, don't count Binko out, because these red boys, these soft boys, might have tyre wear issues by the end of this race, and Binko could clean up on those hard tyres. Skyjacker has caught the Flashman up. He's trying to make a move already, but Flashman making it very difficult for him. And Skyjacker alongside. No, he pulls back in behind to get the toe. And this is exactly what Bazza needs. Skyjacker hurls it into the corner, hoping to outbrake Flashman. And does he do it? No, he outbrakes himself. Flashman trying to come back on the inside. No. Skyjacker saves the car. An absolute cracking move on the edge of the nerves as he breaks into the corner and makes the move stick. Flashman then, all he can do is spectate that miraculous move from Skyjacker and continue on as he has he has the Belgian bullet aimed right at him. You hosted the KTM Expo event a few weeks ago. No, it wasn't the KTM, it was a mono. Bazza in the chat saying, good evening, sir. Hope all is well with the mighty thingy. Thank you. Yeah, everything's great, man. Everything is great. Yeah, you're talking about the mono, BAC mono. That deserves a championship. And let's get each championship. You know, we've got 3 new championships starting in the next week or 2. I mean, come on. We can't do everything all at once. It's crazy. So, yes, as Big Dan has reminded me, we have got an explosion of championships coming your way with the Rally X Season 2. Well, no, I think the first thing starting is the VAG League, so we can delve deep inside the VAG League and fill our boots. It's electrified as well. It's an electrified, penetrative Audi VAG pleaser. You're saying, oh yeah, silly me. Yes, we've got so much coming up. We've got the VAG League coming up on Thursday evenings. We've got the Rally X starting only days later on the Sunday evening. The following week, I believe we have the STCC. It's not a venereal disease. It's quite safe. Well, not really. It's Group 3 cars looking mighty fine. That league is starting the Tuesday after that. Then that also that week on the Friday, I believe Formula Grand Prix is starting. It's going crazy. It's racing season in VRC and it's raining cars. Hallelujah, it's raining cars. Oh yeah. Talleyrand's leading the race ahead of Koikab. Koikab not being able to maintain that pace that Talleyrand has placed down for him. He's laid it down. He said, bro, this is what I got, what you got, hey, what are you bringing to the table, hey. And Koikab just is not delivering the times he needs to have to attack Talleyrand. Big Dan up into third, and also he's in the 06s, but he can see Koikab, and if Koikab has another little excursion into the barrier, then Big Danis is going to be there to grab up those spoils. Binko is not suffering with, oh, look at Skyjacker and Flashman, they're all closing up. This is beautiful. After 5 laps of a barrier-heavy Tokyo Expressway, these cars are all rather close together, and I like it. It does something to me that makes me feel funny in my tummy. Silver Star then, he's in 9th place, he's chasing down Harvey, and every single one of these has got an opportunity for a race ahead of him. We're on lap 5, we are over 10 minutes into the race. Talleyrand leads from Koikap with the bigger Daneth in 3rd place. And the Vinks could be in trouble from Sir Skyjacker of Sky a lot. And I think I need to have a sip of coffee to calm myself down. I'm getting excited and carried away. So after all of those leagues, Dan, going back to you, then yeah, I think there should be a BAC Mono Championship. I think there should be a Mazda3 Cup. I think the Mazda3 Cup might work well with the sprint format on what we've just had with those god-awful Alfa Romeo 4Cs. I can say it now, the season's over. What a god-awful car. Never drive that thing again. Never choose it. It is obscene. Like I said, it's if Wish did Porsches, you'd get that car. Oh, hey, Flashman, look at him, finding a way past Skyjacker. Unbelievable stuff. unless the bop really boosted the 4C. It may have done, because it was slow when I took it out. Talleyrand leads this race, 205.6. Koi Cup, 206.0. It's tight, though. I mean, it's only one small mistake away, and the tyres, that's the jeopardy. We're 12 minutes, so I reckon this is the penultimate lap. I reckon we'll get over the line, and we'll be on the final lap. Oh, I don't know. Yeah. No, they might get another lap after that. Sorry, I spoketh too soon. They might get another lap on top, so there could be 2 laps on top of this one still to go, and the tyres are looking feisty at the front. Tyres look fine at the back, though. Big Dan on his way, looking for a grand podium here. Binks, this could come back to him, you know. He can only manage 207s with the hard tyre, though. The hard tyre is shockingly bad. Even if those, I think even a worn out set of softs is probably still faster than a set of hard tyres. Skyjacker having his woes with Flashman on board with the Pringle, with the shingle, trying to mingle in the dingle. Wingle, single. So Flashman trying to catch up with Skyjacker, and Flashman will not be believing. He'll have to keep checking that username. He's thinking, wow, I'm fighting the mighty Skyjacker. No one ever sees Skyjacker. He's at the front with the aliens, and today he's down with the common folk, mixing it up. Tell you what, he hasn't raced a lot the last couple of months as Skyjacker. He's probably a bit rusty. He's probably forgot which way the wheel goes. So Skyjacker then having to defend his position from a very fast Flashman, and Flashman always good on the tyres. We noticed that with the Golfs. Very good on the tyres in the corners where Skyjacker's struggling, obviously for grip because his tyres are nearly dead, and Flashman through again. Come on, Sir Flash. The Flash, ooh-ah, yeah. Bazza in 7th, and his tyres not as badly chewed up as Skyjacker's, so Bazza could be in. Skyjacker could be in for a right spanking here, as Harves, the master of Harveness, is his tyres are pretty tidy as well, as are Silverstars. So Skyjacker very much struggling with tyres in the mid pack there, and Koi Cup still chasing down Talleyrand. He's got himself into the 205s, almost identical lap times from the 2 front drivers there, and Big Dan a 206.4 for him, but he's having the same woe as Skyjacker is with those tyres. Flashman is catching up the Binks. This is crazy. The Baz has got past. No, the Baz is up and in all about Skyjacker's business, and the next very tight corner, I think Skyjacker's goose is cooked. He's in the wall, and that's an easy one for the Baz as he slips on by like Dionne Warwick in it. Welcome by. Do, 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 do. And that's the Baz's story on how he got up to 6th, and he slayed the mighty Skyjacker, whose tyres have just given up the ghost. Whoa, that was it. Sorry. Binks finished in 4th, Flashman in 5th, Bazza in 6th, just getting that move done on Skyjacker. Finished 7th, Harvey's in 8th, and the Silverstars in 9th. And it's a big duke out from the top 3 here, with Talleyrand still moving on. Koi Cup chasing him down. The tyres are dying on Koi's, but they're not dying as bad as the big of Dan, and I think this one is not gonna change. I think this is the order we're gonna see cross the line. So Talleyrand, a fantastic drive from the boss there, doing what needs to be done, the lap times that need to be placed to get a fantastic job done to lead this race. Koi Cup in 2nd place, and Big Dan a mighty 3rd, a battling 3rd, having to fight with the Binks. But the Binks was on hard tyres, and I said, like, the Binks never did manage to get a decent lap time out of those. Even an absolute shot piece of rubber on these Mazdas that is a racing soft tyre is still faster than a fresh racing hard, it would seem. So Talleyrand then just cruising this one home. He doesn't have to put too much effort in. He's got a bit of space. If he pushes, he might hit something. Whereas Koi Cup Jonas is in on him, and he's just too far back to be able to do anything about Talleyrand. As Talleyrand now hitting the final corner to take the maiden win in this new Mazda 3 Cup. And it's got legs, hasn't it? He's racing the train now. Wow. Talleyrand takes the win. Kuykap, a fantastic second place. And Biggest Dan brings it on home. Ensign Ewart, take a bloody hell. Boo, my son. Sorry, Big Dan. It stole your thunder. Take a boo anyway. Did it stop when you were racing? Did it at least let you cross the line? Oh, that's anticlimactic, isn't it?
One of the best
Unbelievable.
had this Mazda.
So, yes, that was the first race that we are seeing here. Not that. No, don't look at them. Jesus, don't. I can't remember what's on there. Oh, screwy. Don't ruin it. Don't look. God, I feel like that time when I told my kids what Christmas presents they had. So we're moving on to the second race. Don't look at that as well. Flipping, what is it with Kaz? He doesn't care about spoilers one bit, does he? Now, it looks like the grid has stayed the same as it was in the first, the final results. I'm guessing we're going to go with the MTCC format where it's the same grid, and then in the third race, I imagine it's going to be a reverse grid rolling start. So that's my guess. Talleyrand then still on the softs, Kuykap's on the softs, Big Dan's on the softs. I think it says soft. Yeah, Binks has shoved the softs on now. Flashman's on the softs. Bazza, yeah, they're all on softs and they're all starting in the positions. They finished. The lights are halfway on, so we'll just knock it back 10 seconds. And then, ladies and gentlemen, race 2 coming up. Oh, hang on. Ensign Ewart saying probably one of the best update cars we have had, this Mazda. So, Big Dan giving it the big seal of approval. I did as well with my lap around Nordschleife in it. I was very impressed. And we are go. Sip of coffee. And Talleyrand, yet again, a great start with Kuykap chasing him down. Binko's on a set of softs now, so he'll be quite handy. And Big Dan will be quite nervous, having the bright lime green relentless coming up and around, and he's up and he's already through. Big Dan making a sloppy moment of that corner, and Flashman, Skyjacker are all in a crowd. Talleyrand still leads. Oh, and Skyjacker nearly found himself chewing on a wall there, but Flashman polite and giving space as they come down into the braking zone, and then Skyjacker just trying to find a gap, and then we're playing car dominoes. Skittles in the corner, and I don't think anyone's fault of anyone really. I don't know what Flashman's maybe he was avoiding, but yes, Skyjacker, we saw he was trying to go for a gap there that was closing up in front of him. He tried his best to avoid it, and he gave Big Dan a small nudge, just a love punt. And them two are very much into each other anyway. They're about the same height. Well, actually, I think Big Dan's taller than Sky. But they look like a great couple. Talleyrand then leads from Kuykap. Kuykap, he knows what to do. He's done the race before. And Binko is bringing the noise. The noise of that Mazda 3. Or whatever engine it is. I could tell you earlier, but I've forgotten. And there he goes. He pulls the trigger under braking, straight up and into second, and Binko needs the taste of victory. He's chasing after Talleyrand now as Kuykap slips down into third place. Skyjacker up to fourth. He wants to make amends for a race that he probably wasn't that impressed with in the first one, but tyres are tyres. You've got to look after them, and he doesn't. Big Dan chasing him down. Then this is a beautiful duel we're going to see between Skyjacker and Big Dana, the two biggest tyre killers on the grid at the moment. Silverstar up into sixth, ahead of the halves, Bazza and Flashman. Flashman, we saw his issues when he went pinging off to the side of the road in their hairpin as they hit the industrial estate, and he's had a little knock with the barrier again, and that's the Bazza's job, but it looks like Flashman has taken over chief barrier inspection today. Harvey on it. Harvey has got the taste for racing, and he wants more. He's chasing down Silverstar at the moment, the two new rookie guys, or the newest guys into the club, duking it out for 6th and 7th. These guys, when they first started, they were trouncing around at the back. They were like, oh no, we're nowhere near the pace. We're nowhere near the pace. Now look at them. They're in the thick of the action. They're on the pace. It doesn't take long. Onto the brakes there, halves, and let's get it on, baby. Get over that apex. Chase down the Lucasade Mazda ahead. Oh, it's glorious. Racing is life. It's beautiful. And there goes the halves, making a perfect corner and trying to close the gap on Silver Star. A little dab of the brakes, a little nudge of the barrier. And here he goes, chasing down a Silver Star. Talleyrand still leads this race. Binko will be wanting to just change that. And it's very tight here with Koikap coming back at the Binks as the Binks chases down the boss. And it's all anyone's business right now. Anyone can take this win. Lap 2, early doors. We're only 3.5 minutes into this 15-minute race, and Koikap standing on his brakes. My word, he must have been 2 foot in that brake. And he does get the spot back from Sir Binky. Wowzers. No, Binko gets a better drive out the corner, and they're both either side of the boss there. It's like he's the emperor and they're the royal guards. And Koikap up and inside of the Binks. Look at the close call racing between the Mazda3s. Ooh, Koikap's back end stepping out slightly mid-corner, but it doesn't slow him down. But it looked like that was a nudge with the barrier as well for the Koi, but he's holding it together just about. Look how solid Binko's looked. I haven't seen him bounce or lag once. I don't believe it's Binko. Who are you? Skyjacker in 4th, being chased by Big Dan. Then we have Silver Star in 6th, being chased by Harvey, with the Baz very close involved as well, and Flashman very close involved. Come on! In the chat then, Binko saying, well, it's good to see the new connection. Won't get anyone motion sickness anymore. It looks fantastic, Binko. How does it feel when you drive? I don't think you noticed it though, did you, all the lagging? It's just all the cars around you were lagging. And Flashman then getting a lovely tow on the Bullet. As he pulls the trigger, he's on the brakes. Will he slow the car down? Yes, he gets it slowed down a little better than the Baz, and he gets the inside line on Bazza, but Bazza's still showing ahead. It's side-by-side action as they come through the chicane, and Bazza stays ahead of Flashman, and they've got a bit of each other's paint for a token. Koikap's in the lead. Koikap is in the lead. I apologise. Watching racing elsewhere. Wow, he's had the lead for ages. My gosh. So here we go then. I think this is about where we saw it from. We saw Koikap getting the move done on Sir Binks, and Talleyrand now is under threat. The lead is in jeopardy, and Koikap is threatening. We've seen him through that first corner be very fast, is Koikap, and he's done it again. He's bolted one up the inside of Talleyrand. He has absolutely nailed the first corner, and he is through. And so is Binko. Talleyrand making a bit of a hash of it's just a little lift. It is a very tricky corner that it swings to the left, and it's, oh, Binks has pulled the trigger on Koi. He wants it all. I want it all. Yeah. And Talleyrand there as well, wanting to get back in the action. One small mistake does not make a third place, is what he thinks. And Koikap is your man in front in the car that was featured. In the car is the Star. And wow, so you today saw a car that led the Mazda3 Cup. Amazing. Kismet. Couldn't ask for it. Skyjacker in 4th. He wants a podium. You know he is. It's been a while since he's seen some racing, and he'd like to get up there and have some fun with the champagne bottle. Big Dan chasing him down, but he's lost a touch on Skyjacker, and he's on the chase. Then we have this battle. Silver Star, he's pulled away though. He's pulled away from Harvey, who has pulled away from the Baz, who has got his hands mightily full of the Flashman. The Flashman bringing it today, and he is racing all the way into the brakes. Who's going to die? Neither of them. They survive. It's beautiful. But Bazza stays ahead. Great racing from the Baz and Flashman. Sweet stuff. The adrenaline pumping through them two's veins, I tell thee. And Talleyrand's got himself ahead of the Binks. I'm not going back. We've done a lot of going backs. We're trying to get through this. I've got Formula 1 recording I want to watch. So Binks, and Binks having a little negotiation with the barrier, and that's all Skyjacker wants. Skyjacker up and through, and Skyjacker now is up and into third, and Binko slipping down and into fourth. And Talleyrand is back in the lead. He must have shot past Koikap as well. This is Koikap's corner though. And can he pull the same trick? He's going to have better speed down this straight. He's going to have a toe as they get to the very tight corner. A huge, well, it's just a load of right-angled corners, but I've been calling it the industrial hairpin. Into the industrial estate, and Koikap trying to go up the inside, and that is a move. Show me your moves, baby. Wowzers, Koikap pulling off an absolute cracker there as Talleyrand chases on by, and Skyjacker has to deal with Binko all up and in his business as Skyjacker just taking that spot away from Binks, and Binks wants it back. Talleyrand as well, right in the jetty of Koikap, looking to get the move done under the tunnel, coming out of the tunnel side by side virtually. It's going to be tight as they come up through and back into daylight, and it's Koikap still leading, only just the car was sliding around as it went over the brow of the hill, and Talleyrand just can follow. Binko late on the brakes up the inside of Skyjacker. It looks like he's made this one pay off, and Binko up and into third. Big Dan is fifth, and he's getting closer with all that racing ahead. Silverstar is having a lonely race, but Harvey is trying to change that. Silverstar at 206.7 last time around as he fixed that thorn in his side. And Harvey in doing a 207.2. Then we have the Baz and Flashman having their mighty battles further down the field, 8th and 9th, and the sun is getting low in the sky as Koikap leads this second race from Talleyrand, the winner of the first race. Binko and Skyjacker can't decide who's going to finish on the podium. It's Skyjacker's turn at the moment, but I'm sure that will change as the laps go on. We are only 8.5 minutes into the race. The track must be cooler than the earlier race because these tyres are holding in there so much better, unless the tyre settings were changed. But the tyres seem to be lasting so much better. Harvey having a negotiation with one of the barriers somewhere along the way, and he is being closed in on by the Baz. The Baz now shaking off Flashman is starting to work on that distance between himself and Harvey. Talleyrand's leading. Talleyrand is leading. He's got the move done on the Koi, and now it's Koi's turn to try and go on the attack. The Binks there in third ahead of Skyjacker. Tyres not too bad, but they did fall off very quickly, remember, in the first race. The headlights are on now as the sun disappears down on the horizon, and Big Dan, it's side by side for Talleyrand and Koikap back ahead. It's just the toe game we're playing today, and everybody's having a toe food time. Binko then, he's all up and in the business of Talleyrand. It's a Mazda train. Choo choo. Skyjack has slipped off, and that's given Big Dan the opus to go on the attack. Coming down into the heavy braking zone, Talleyrand wins the braking game, and Binko's in the middle of a sandwich, and Koikap's had to back out of that one and give up second place to Binko, or it would have been Crash City. So Talleyrand then, and Binks now coming back at Talleyrand. This is some absolute feisty racing up at the front here. It's beautiful stuff. Skyjacker's closing back in again, and he's there right on the tail of Koikap. I don't know if Koikap making a small mistake into the S's, and that really has given Skyjacker the opportunity to close in, and Big Dan's in the action as well. Let's sit aboard with the biggest of Danis while he watches all the action ahead. Silverstar still ahead of Harvey, with Big Baz in 8th being chased by Flashman. They're going through the first corner. We know Koikap very fast through that first corner, but he holds station just ahead of Skyjacker, and Big Dan's losing the pack again. They're disappearing ahead. No, not that button. Let's go and have a look at what's going up here on Bink's car as he goes for the lead on the outside in the hairpin, and he's ahead. Talleyrand's just on his inside, and Talleyrand has got it on the inside there. Binko going out a little wide, but Binko's trying to come back on the inside here, but there's no room. And Talleyrand shuts that door. Like Binko was trying to sell him some religion that no one cares about. Binko then goes right up the inside, but Talleyrand says he's not interested in Scientology whatsoever, so bugger off. Skyjacker's back up into third. Coy in amongst all of that. Coy missing out on a position, and he's down and in fourth now, where it was looking like it could possibly be a win. Things are slipping away from him, but Talleyrand, nothing certain between the top five here. Definitely nothing certain, as the sun has it's there goes Skyjacker having a nudge with whom? Coy Cup? Who was that? Who was that? Oh, it was a couple of people. They bullied him. I'd say. So on his back here, he's chasing down the Binks. He's looking for the inside. Binks had a little nudge with the wall. Oh, there was a lean bang, and oh yes. So Binks started that one off, and Coy Cup finished it. You've been served, boy. Come on. So Skyjacker slipping back now after a bit of bullying from the Binks and Coy. I mean, it was tight. It's tight. There's a wall. There's 3 cars and a wall. It doesn't fit. Talleyrand then is leading with the Binks and Coy going side by side, and it's getting personal. It's getting personal out there. It's getting personal, I tell you, for a fun race. You think they're fighting for a championship, wouldn't you? Look at them. I haven't even seen some of these guys fight this hard in a championship when they need the points. They're having fun. They're enjoying it. They're racing the train. So Talleyrand leads from the Binks, and Coy Cup in third. Big Dan is in fourth. Skyjacker slipping down into fifth after he got rimmed. Silverstar then in sixth. He stayed ahead. Oh, the Bazza's taking it away from Harvey, and Flashman is getting closer to the halves. He's got some damage though. Harvey doing a 209.8 last time around. Where are we? We've got 2 minutes left on the clock. This is exhilarating and exciting at the same time. It's exhilarating. Talleyrand then leads the way with Binko chasing him down. The floodlights are making those cars pop, I tell you. And Coy Cup staying just ahead of Big Dan. Big Dan fancies a podium today, we think. There's someone flickering around in front of Big Dan. I can see some light. I don't know. It's weird. Must be a reflection on the window, but it looks odd. So Big Dan flooring it all the way, 6th gear, trying to catch up with Coy, but Coy at the moment is having an absolute blast of a race. I don't know what the weird hazard thing is in his bottom dashboard that keeps flashing. Is that stability manager or something? I'm not sure. I haven't got a clue. I don't know what any of those mean. I know the car with the wiggly lines is traction, and I know the one with the headlight is headlights, but I don't know what the one with an arrow or like a sniper rifle thing is, or I don't know what the weird thing that's flashing red at the moment is. But Talleyrand, you don't need it, Coy. It's probably hurting you more than helping you. The amount it's flashing on, it's probably not helping you. This car is so solid. You don't need any of those things. So Talleyrand now is under threat from the Binks. The Binks right on him. It's the final lap for some of these guys. Oh, no, Baz, sorry, and Harvey, and I've missed all 3 of them crossing the line. Hang on. So Bazza then comes around. Get off the bloody, I want that to go, not that. Oh, I'm having a nightmare. So Bazza there had to fight his way with Flashman and get past Harvey, and Harvey gets himself 8th place with the Flashman coming home in 9th. Great racing from them guys. Talleyrand's on his final lap with the Binks up and in his business. The Binks is going for a move. The Binks wants to win. Talleyrand's already had 1 win today. The Binks is ahead, but Talleyrand's got the inside line. Talleyrand's under braking. This is going to be tight. The Binks' tyres and Talleyrand. Oh, Talleyrand's tyres are a bit more used than the Binks as they're coming around. Koikop's got that third, but it looks like he's had a meeting with the barrier, and that gives Big Dan every opportunity to grab a podium. With Skyjacker there, set to have a word with a couple of guys after this race. And Silver Star, great drive in 6th at the moment. Talleyrand then, with his dying tyres, being chased by the relentless sponsored Mazda 3 and the relentless attitude of Binko. And it's not gonna end well. These two hard racers going at it. Two stags. Banging antlers. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful sight. Talleyrand trying to place his car to block off any attempt from Binks. Binks goes for the outside. He gets the overpass done, but it's too much on the brakes, and Talleyrand smooth up the inside and still leads this race. Koikop at the moment trying to hold off Big Dan. Big Dan's tyres are shot, but so are Koikop's. It's an absolute battle out there. Skyjacker not that far behind, so if anyone puts anyone into a barrier, then Skyjacker is absolutely going to be on site to take up some positions and taste some tears. Bingo's wiggling from left to right there, trying to find a space past the Mazda, but there is no space, and this is it. That's the final corner. It looks like it's going to be a Talleyrand double win, and it is. Talleyrand takes the win. Bingo very close, and Koikop gets that podium. Take a boo, my son. Big Dan in 4th, and Skyjacker finishing in 5th, Silver Star in 6th. My gosh. That's a weird way of doing things. That timer really freaks me out. Why don't they just let every car... Oh, don't do that. Sorry, guys, I'm getting myself muddled. There in the end. It's all falling apart. The racing is great, but it's hard to keep up with. So going into the third race like we thought it may be, it looks like a rolling start and a reverse grid. And everyone's stuck with it. That must mean this is a very good car. Because you usually can tell people haven't tried the car, they've just bought it, turned up, thought, yeah, I'll rock around for a bit, and thought, I've had enough, and leave. But no, we're finishing with the same we started, which is a great credit to the car that we're using. Flashman then leads them away for this third and final race of the Mazda Cup, and it's like an interview with you and us guys to see if it's a pliable racing championship, and I think it has gone through its interview with flying colours. Flashman then leads from the halves, and Bazza already making ripples in the water as he tries to get himself up and through. Has he already done it? No, he has not. Into the tight corner, the first corner. Tyres are going to be cold. And is this the morning, the day after? Because the sun's coming back up again, it seems. So Flashman then leads still with the half. Silverstar, where's the Bazza gone? The Bazza slipped down a position. Silverstar and Harvey managing to get some action going on. Skyjacker there is in 5th, and he needs a bit of luck. He's had a rough couple of races, finishing in the mid-pack where we would usually see him definitely in the top 3, maybe even taking wins. Koikop is in 6th. It's going to be a slog for these guys. Binko in 7th. Talleyrand is in 8th, already ahead of Big Dan. The last man on the track is Big Dan, and he's... Oh, that's lovely. The lights flickering. Oh, just... The graphics make me cream, you know? I just get all creamy over the graphics. In VR, it's just special. So there's a gap there between Talleyrand and Big Dan. Oh, what am I doing? Bring back the keyboard, I tell you. Oof, that was bizarre. I don't know what happened there. Let's have a quick look. So Silverstar in 2nd place. His brakes heavy. He's made some small mistake. Oh, he hit the barrier and ghosted. And Flashman as well going wide in that corner. Oh my word. And Skyjacker then takes the lead of this race ahead of Harvey as the Binks tries to make his way through as well. And Koikop is on the scene to request an overtake. But Harvey hasn't let Bing go through yet. It's not that easy. And Harvey holding ground in second. Oh, he's just chewed on a bit of a barrier there, but he still stayed ahead of the Binks. And again with the barrier as halves, and Binks had to back out of that one, and Koikap's got himself ahead of Binko and Bazza as well. Binko losing a lot of ground. I think Harvey hit the barrier, Binko hit the back of Harvey, and that gave Koikap the oopus to get through and up and into second. It is Skyjacker that leads the race now. And oh my God, there's a lot of tin top cars there all rattling around at the same time. Koikap in second, Harvey in third. The Baz knocking on the door of that podium. He's up the inside. Is he going to get it? He's got it. 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 He hasn't got it. The halves is still there. He is hard to clear. And Harvey getting his elbows out, and oh, Talleyrand up the inside, and he steals a march there on the halves and caught him out. I think halves trying to defend from the Baz, but it's not worked because Talleyrand is still behind the halves and behind the Binks now. So Talleyrand going for that move, and he's ahead of the Baz though. It's all shuffling around, and Big Dan is there to pick up the pieces. Come on, Big Dan, you just got to drive through all these. Skyjacker still leads from Koikap, and Harvey is still in third place, even with all of the heat around him. Harvey is doing the do. On board with Big Dan in seventh place. He's just ahead of Flashman and Silverstar. We saw them having issues in the hairpin where the pits are, going wide, and I think Flashman went wide. He could have got back into the action, but so did Silverstar, and Silverstar got caught up on a barrier and blocked Flashman in. And that's a beautiful move from Big Dan on the Baz. Bazza floundering around on the outside, and Big Dan just slipped it right up the inside of her. Ooh-ah. Talleyrand then still working on Harvey, but the Binks has got through. The Binks has slipped one through, and Harvey now in fourth with the Boss for company. It's close, tight racing there, and oh, as the Boss backed out of that one, I think he had to. I think Talleyrand had to back out, and Bazza side by side with Big Dan trying to get that position back. Has he? It says he has, and he has. Big Dan then, wowzers, with the Harvey and Talleyrand was side by side coming up the straight, and it's Talleyrand now who is ahead. And oh no, I think it's the same time. Oh, who's gone wide? I think it's the half running on around the wall, but it's all right. Bazza doesn't seem to be catching him up too quickly. Big Dan is mixing it up. Silverstar is in eighth with Flashman in ninth. These two in their own battle, further back, although there is cars ahead of them, so they're not out of this one. Skyjacker, he's out of it. He's miles out of it. Look at him. He's flying. He's going to be able to keep hold of those tyres this time, hopefully. Look after them a little bit. And hope Koikap holds the rest of the field up. Binko, eager to get by Koi. He's seen Talleyrand take 2 wins, and it's not often Binko takes part in a round of something and doesn't come home with a little bit of a gold silverware. Gold something. A gold trinket. Ooh, a little nudge on the wall there. But I heard a crunch. I don't know if he hit Koi, but Talleyrand come through as well. Cracking stuff. So Binko now up in second, Talleyrand third. Koikap slipping down into fourth. Harvey in fifth. Harvey having an absolute cracking race. But he's got Big Dan looking up the inside of him in the hairpin. But it's not enough. He's not enough. Harvey's keeping it real, bruv. No, he hasn't. He's just... Oh, Harvey having a meeting with the wall and allowing Big Dan through. Unfortunate. And there we see the Baz now catching up with Harvey after his barrier skirmish. And the Baz very tight there on the Mazda, all up and in Harvey's business. Oh, it's so close to the barriers they go. I keep thinking they're crashing, but it's not. It's just very tight, and Tokyo is looking magnificent in the evening. Let's go out and party. Let's get our threads on, ladies and gents, and let's cut up the rug. Let's paint this town red, because it looks glorious. Bazza at the moment still fighting with Halves. He's got it done. No, Harvey's got it on Big Dan. Unbelievable stuff, Harvey. He can't keep a good man down. That's what she said. And Harvey up and into 5th place. Koi Cup still chasing those leaders. Binko chasing Talleyrand, who is now chasing Skyjacker. Talleyrand's got himself past Binko, I think. Then we have this battle with the Harvey, Big Dan, Bazza, and it's going to be tight. Is that Big Dan going for a move on the inside? No, Big Dan's had to back out of it, and Bazza just comes flying through, barreling through like a Belgian bullet, but Harvey still got it, but Harvey nudged the barrier. Ooh. Oh my word, who's that Big Dan swinging around, trying to find a way through? Oh, there's been huge contact there between the Lucasade car and Harvey. Unbelievable stuff, and Big Dan picks up the pieces and comes through. Where is that, my man Harvey? So yeah, contact between Silverstar and Halves, and the Baz right there to pick up some pieces as well, and Flashman back in the action. I tell you, it's unbelievable racing going on there. Skyjacker is still your man in front, but he's got damage. He has damage. He's picked up a barrier bash, and he's got Talleyrand chasing him down. Talleyrand's the fastest man on track at the moment. We're 8 minutes into this race, just over halfway. There's a little more to go. Stick with it, because it's not finished yet. Binko on board the Mazda with Sir Binks as he checks out Talleyrand's Butsky, looking for a way past. Skyjacker just up ahead in 3rd. Then we've got Koi Karp's headlights in our mirrors. Not too far, not in the distance. Big Dan's up to 5th. Baz is now up to 6th. Oh, Baz has got past Big Dan. Let's go back and have a look. Not in time, but just at the track. There we go. So Bazza then 5th place ahead of Big Dan. They're racing the train. I tell you, there's a train come along every lap, isn't there? That's amazing. There's a lot of trains in Japan, in Tokyo. So Bazza then, oh, Harvey's having a look at Big Dan, but there's no thing going there, and it looks like the Baz had a meeting with the barrier. No, he's all right, but Big Dan's coming up at the long side of him, and it's one furling to go as they come up towards the tunnel, and Harvey is on the inside, and it's Harvey against Big Dan and against Koi. Koi's dropped it. No, Talleyrand, what's going on? Something's going on. The movement, there was movement. I think Binko just got his nose ahead of Talleyrand, and Talleyrand then into 2nd, and Binko back to 3rd. Koi Cup in 4th. Big Dan's ahead of the Big Baz, and Flashman's back into the action now, and Flashman ahead of Harvey, and Silverstar's got to the back, and Harvey's in the back. Flashman on 7th, and Bazza chasing down Big Dan. Big Dan's holding on the ground now, and it's good going on the ground, and it's very long to go as Big Dan tries to run away from the Baz being chased by Flashman. Oh my word. Harvey in 8th place. Harvey has slowly slipped back, but he has had an amazing race. I think he has done nothing wrong in this race. He's been abused. Silverstar in 9th. Skyjacker still leads this race. Unbelievable after all this time and all this racing. The lead car has not changed. This is fantastic. Keep it going, good boys. Talleyrand there in 2nd place. Binko in 3rd. Koi Cup in 4th. Koi has been at the pointy end of the pack all evening. This is Koi Karp's car. Big Dan in 5th ahead of Baz. Baz closing up the gap. And he has Flashman. Flashman keeping it low. Keeping it on the low down of his racing. But he has been racing hard. And he has been gaining positions here, there and every single bloody where. You star, Flashman. It's great to have you back, man. It's great to have you back. I'm so chuffed. Get so excited. I miss these guys when they disappear. So, like, Jim 66, I call your name, I summon you. If you say it 3 times, like Beetlejuice, well, you can't. Jim 66, Jim 66, Jim 60. You probably have to say it 66 times, don't you? I'm not doing that. Skyjacker then is under threat. No, he's not under threat because the Binks and Talleyrand still duking it out down there for the best of the rest, 2nd and 3rd. And Binko just nudges ahead, and it doesn't look like Talleyrand is going to get that trio of race wins that he was looking for in the Mazda 3. He wanted the special 3 from the Mazda 3. And he's got himself, he's just tenacious in his racing, keeps his car right there, and keeps the position, and Binko has to do it again. Skyjacker then leads this race. Unbelievable stuff. Ahead of Talleyrand with Binko in 3rd. Koi Cup in 4th. Koi's looking pretty safe there. It's a huge gap between the 2 racers. And Big Dan is like a multi-class, isn't it? Big Dan ahead of the Baz, but Big Dan's tyres in a worse state than the Baz, and the Baz just needs to try a little patience, and he will easily take the Big Dan. Flashman has kept it right in there. Flashman is the tyre whisperer, remember. Him and Silverstar have some great tyre control, or tyre care. So Flashman could come strong if he can stay with the back of the Big Dan and Baz, the double Bs out at the front. Then he can pick up some more places. He's had a good round, I would say. Harvey now under threat from Silverstar. Silverstar going in for the action. It's a little late. It's a little late. Does he get the action done? He does. Wowzers. Wowzers, oh wowzers. It looked like he was quite far back going into that one, but he got it to work for him. And Harvey then just chasing him down. But Harvey looks like he's got a better run out of the corner. And yes, Harvey coming back at Silverstar. Silverstar trying to close the door, but it's hard to close the door at 100 miles an hour. And these two are absolutely, look at them. Oh, and Harvey's seen a gap. He's gone for it. He's gone for it, and he's up the inside. This is cracking racing from Silverstar and Harvey. The two rookies are giving us an absolute treat here in the third race. Skyjacker still leads from Talleyrand, and Binko is in third. But the battle, the hotly contested battle we're watching, is Harvey and Silverstar having an absolute ding-dong key-kong. Silverstar again trying to come back. You can't even see the halves. The halves now a little bit behind. They're side by side virtually though. Coming up to the heavy braking zone, and they're going to show each other their balls right now. And it looks like they're quite similar sized. Nice. Oof. Oh my God, I need to calm down. So Silverstar and Harvey, they're having an absolute banger of a race down there. And here we go. Talleyrand's taken the lead from Skyjacker. Talleyrand has taken the lead in the top three, and there's nothing between all three of them. They are all holding the same real estate, and Talleyrand is going to go for the triple win. It's unbelievable. We're into the last minute of this race, and Talleyrand is leading from Skyjacker, and Binks is in third. This is so tight. These guys are going to cross the line, I think, before that minute comes out, but the rest of the field definitely are going to be finishing on this lap. Koikap in fourth with the Baz. The Baz is ahead of Big Dan. Is that not changed? It has changed. Baz's tyres have come good in this final lap for Big Dan. Where are we? Where are we? Talleyrand still leads as they come around. They have 20 seconds on the clock. They're definitely going to get over the line and on to another lap. No train. We've missed. Oh, it's going the other way now. Talleyrand, then Spinko, Skyjacker all crossing line. Koikap also getting across the line. In Baz is on the barrier. Big Dan's right there. So is Flashman. And Baz has got to cling on. The timer has run out. This is the end of the race. And no, Baz is not going to let him through. He's let him through. Oh, Big Dan takes fifth place with the Baz in sixth, and Flashman coming home in seventh. Very close racing. And it's Silverstar ahead of the halves, and that also was extremely close racing. Now we have these three to settle. Talleyrand going for the treble with Binko, Skyjacker and Koikap all trying to stop him, but it's looking good for Talleyrand. He's pulled out a little bit of a car's length away from the Binks, and Tokyo looks magnificent at night time. I think this could be our first GT7 night race here, because I can't believe how stunning. Everything just looked yellow in sport, but this one, it works. It's yellow, I know, but it's still very nice, pretty looking. And when they get around to the billboards and the city lights, it looks amazing. It's stunning stuff. Well done. Well done, Kaz. I don't say it that often, but well done. This one is beautiful looking. It's great. And here we go. Binko's on that last push now. He wants to win. He wants to stop. They're heavy braking into the hairpin. Binko on the outside. Talleyrand on the inside. It's not usually worked on the outside. And the Binks is there trying. But Talleyrand holds onto the lead. And Koikap there stealing a podium from Skyjacker on the final lap. Skyjacker looking like he's had an excursion into the bumpers. Now, the way this game works, is it going to run out of time before we get to the line? Where are we? Yes. And here they go, side by side through the S's. Bingo trying to find something. And Talleyrand is the man who's going into the final corner. This is going to be the last chance Bingo's got. And Bingo's had a bite of the barrier. It's not hurting, though. Unbelievable. Oh, Bingo's cooked it. Talleyrand takes the win. And it's Skyjacker getting back again. Oh, Koiko gets second. Skyjacker gets third. Take a boo, my son. I am spent. Crofty, you do that, bruv. That's too hard. Your stuff's easy. Half of your cars don't turn up. They can't drive on the curbs, and they're forced to make a pit stop every other lap. Oh my God, golly gosh. Wow. Who's this? Oh. And I thought there was someone chatted near the end of that, but there was none. Well, thank you for joining us. Who has? I know we clashed with something very important out there, but it had to be done. We were running out of time. Oh my word. What did we just view? What did we just view? It was something of magnificence. And Talleyrand, he does get the 3. The Mazda 3, and Talleyrand takes all 3 wins in his black and white Mazda. Fantastic driving from everyone involved, but especially from Talleyrand. Great drive, great drive. In second, all changing at the end there with Binks spinning it out and Coy and Skyjacker close in battle. And Koikart, was he on the podium in every race? I think he could have been. Koikart bringing it home for a glorious second place. And Skyjacker, take a boo, my doggone son. He got a podium in the end. Great stuff from the Monster Energy driver. 4th for Binks. He put it all out there. He threw it all into the last corner, and the last corner bit him back. So the Relentless Energy Drink driver has to settle for 4th place, and I think that's one of the first times I've ever seen a round go by where Binks didn't take a win. Fantastic stuff from Car 49, and it's great to see you back on track and so steady and solid. Cracking. Big Dan gets himself 5th place. Oh, that's about as good as it's going to get. Big Dan, he was there. I thought he was going to get a win. I was really surprised. So Big Dan, great racing there for 5th place. Ahead of the Baz in 6th. With Flashman finishing in 7th. I know. It's so bad, these angles. And Harvey getting who was that? 8th. Silver Star in 8th with a mighty battle with Harvey, who came home in 9th. But really, 9th, he could have been on the podium. The racing that was done, he deserved more than 9th. Then the Halfmeister in the chat saying, great commentary on a great cup race. Well, thank you very much. If you like what you see, please get yourself involved with the Virtual Racers Club. Like I said, we've got loads of new things. I think there's spaces in everything. Sunday evening with the Rally X. We've got Tuesday evening racing with the Group 3's championship. Very much like a touring car layout, but with Group 3 cars. And Thursdays, we've got the VGT championship using the Audi e-tron. And then Fridays, we've got the false Grand Prix, the fake Grand Prix, Formula Grand Prix using the Gran Turismo F1 500 TA. It's a beast of a car. So there is plenty of racing coming forward. So if you like what you see, get yourself into our Discord, get yourself signed up, and get yourself on track. Ask Harvey. Ask Silverstar. They've done it recently, and I don't think they regret it. So it doesn't cost you anything. There's no charge. Look, all this stuff that we're laying out on YouTube, we've probably got more content than bloody Netflix, and it isn't £10 a month. So there's only positive things you can take from this. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe. That's the cost. Hit like if you like it, not if you don't like it. If you don't like it, then hit the down from. I don't care. It's all feedback, innit? But the cost of being with us is a like, a subscribe, And possibly a share. We don't want you to share everything. That's got to be annoying, isn't it? It's going to be annoying for your friends. Keep sending them races. Oh, watch this race. Watch me race this one. Just the odd one now and again. Just share it. Just for the algorithm, because the algorithm is never wrong. I was your broadcaster and your commentator, Wayne King. Thank you for joining us here at the Virtual Racers Club. It's going off, baby. Tiru, peace and love. Peace.